we start, let's have an opening prayer by Mr. Garcia at the front from your classmate. Lord, we thank you for all the blessing, strength, wisdom, forgiveness, and the love that you give to us. Lord, thank you for what is okay? Please sit down and kindly arrange your chair and sit properly. Is anyone absent for today?
None, sir.
Okay, very good. Recall about the topic yesterday. Mr. Mulyada, please stand up. What was the last topic all about?
Sir, it's all about carbohydrates.
Okay, what is carbohydrates?
Carbohydrates is any of various substances found in certain foods that serve as main source of energy.
Okay, very good. Please give him a Barbie clap. 1, 2, 3, go!
Hi, Barbie. Sabi mo.
Okay. What are the elements that make up carbohydrates? Anyone? Miss Mulyada, please stand up.
The elements that make up carbohydrate are carbohydrate molecules consisting of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen atoms.
Okay, very good. Please give her a million clap. Now, what are the examples of carbohydrates? Anyone? Okay, Mr. Quintana, please stand up.
The example of carbohydrate is bread and rice.
Okay, very good. Anyone? Okay, Miss Deborah, please stand up.
The other example of carbohydrates is called pasta and
Okay, very good. Today, we will have an activity, this activity which is called the Voice of Energy. Today we will sing, and then after that, I will choose the best singer, and then we'll get awards and prize. Are you ready, guys?
Yes, sir.
Stand up, stand up. Okay, sing it. Okay, here's the very good. Yes, very good. activity, what is the song all about? Okay, Miss Kubing?
Sir, it's all about
Okay, very good. It's all about lipids. The objective for today, describe lipids, differentiate the two classes of lipids, appreciate the importance of lipids to our body. Today we will have this activity entitled Little Lipids. And now divide yourself into two groups, this is boys versus girls. Now,
In the video, we will discuss about lipids. Now, as you watch the video, please take down notes necessary information about the lipids. Based from the old video, each group will make concept map. Allowed time is 5 minutes. I will ask some questions about regarding to what you have watched, and please quiet as you watch so that other from the back will hear it clearly.
okay? And then after that, choose a representative that present your work. Alright, did you get it?
Yes,
That's great. I will give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. And then after 5 minutes, you will present your work. Okay? This.
While the primary function of lipids is long-term energy storage, lipids are also used for protection, insulation, and lubrication. They also act as precursors for some hormones and are a key component of cell membranes. There are 4 basic groups of lipids. These are triglycerides, phospholipids, steroids, and waxes. Although these groups differ in many respects, they all have one characteristic in common. They are all insoluble in water. You may have noticed that lipids and water do not mix. For example, notice the yellow-colored oil in the beaker of water shown here? Even if we stirred this for several minutes, or even several hours, the oil would still separate out from the water. This is because lipids are hydrophobic. From Latin, the prefix hydro means water, and phobic means fear of. So when you hear that lipids are hydrophobic, this basically means that water and lipids do not mix. Let's take a closer look at the category of lipids known as triglycerides. Triglycerides include the fats and oils. Fats, such as lard and butter, are solid at room temperature and are used by animals for insulation, protection, and long-term energy storage. Oils, such as corn oil and olive oil, are liquid at room temperature and are used by plants for long-term energy storage. At the molecular level, triglycerides contain 2 types of subunit molecules, glycerol and fatty acids. Let's take a quick look at fatty acids. A fatty acid has 3 main parts: a chain of carbon and hydrogen atoms called the hydrocarbon chain, a methyl group at one end, and an acid group at the other end. Fatty acids can either be saturated or unsaturated. A fatty acid that has only single carbon-to-carbon bonds is known as a saturated fatty acid. This is because the carbon chain is saturated with all the hydrogen atoms it can hold. Unsaturated fatty acids have 1 to several double bonds. Double bonds result in kinks in the fatty acid chain, which affects the melting point of the fat. Animal fats have saturated fatty acids and are solid at room temperature, while vegetable oils have 1 or more double bonds and are liquid at room temperature.
Watch the video. Today, each group will make a concept map allowed 5 minutes. I will give you 5 minutes to finish that activities. Okay? This is your... question na may question. Uy, bigla mo nyo.
Aray,
May God question.
I would was ano? Ano yung Aray. Come on. Nagmurang
Ibaw, ang mata mo na buling dito, sabi ni Jirish.
Kaya alam mo.
Blue jacket.
Five, four, three, two, one. Finish or not finish, please focus your work or activity. Finish your work. One of your classmates will represent your work. Okay? From the boys. Okay, Mr. Molena. From the girls. Miss Diwata.
Sir, good morning, classmates. This is the output of group of people.
What are lipids?
Lipids are energy-rich organic molecules which provide energy for different life processes.
Number two, what are the elements that make up lipids?
The element that make up lipids is C, carbon, H, hydrogen, and O, oxygen.
Number three, what are the two classes of lipids?
The two classes of lipids is simple lipids and complex lipids.
Four, what is the difference between simple lipids from complex lipids?
The difference of two lipids is the simple lipids is esters of fatty acids with various alcohols, and complex lipids esters of fatty acids containing groups in addition to alcohol and fatty acids.
What are the example of lipids?
The example of lipids is meat and oil. That's all. Thank you.
I'm Gretchen Deborah and she is Gina Deborah and this is our presentation. The guide questions are: what are lipids? Lipids are important fats that serve different roles in the human body. A common misconception is that fat is simply fattening. However, fat is probably the reason we feel the truth throughout history. There have been many instances that food was here. What are the elements that make up lipids? Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. What are the two classes of lipids? Complex, simple lipids, and synthetic. What are the difference between simple lipids from complex lipids? Simple lipids is of fatty acids with various alcohol in the blood, while the synthetic is contains one or more ester group, allowing it to undergo hydrolysis in the presence of an acid base or what are the examples of lipids? The examples of lipids is meat, oil, butter.
The second main sources of our energy, which is hydrophobic, which is water filling, right? And then the elements that involved in lipids are carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The two classes of lipids are simple lipids and complex lipids, which is ester of fatty acid with various alcohol, and then complex lipids, ester with fatty acid containing groups in addition to alcohol and fatty acid. The example of lipids are butter, oil, meat. This was already tackled about lipids. What did you learn about Mr. Nicoleta?
I learned more about lipids is because lipids is restoring energy so that you can survive.
Okay, Nicoleta, stand up.
I learned about lipids because lipids is a second main source of energy.
Okay, very good. Second one for sheet of paper. Now, number one, lipid is commonly known as A. Fat, B. Biomolecules, C. Carbohydrate, D. Amino acid. Again, I will repeat the question. Lipid is commonly known as A. Fat, B. Biomolecules, C. Carbohydrate, D. Amino acid. Okay, number two. Lipids are insoluble in water because lipids molecules are A. Hydrophobic, B. Neutral, C. Hydrophilic, D. Sweeter ions. Again, lipids are insoluble in water because lipids molecules are A. Hydrophobic, B. Neutral, C. Hydrophilic, D. Sweeter ions. Number 3. Okay? Which of the following elements is not present in lipids? A. Hydrogen, B. Oxygen, C. Carbon, D. Nitrogen. Again, which of the following elements is not represent or present in lipids? A. Hydrogen, B. Oxygen, C. Carbon, D. Nitrogen. Okay? Number 4. The following show the function of lipids. Except A. Storage compound, B. Serves as reserve energy, C. Regulates membrane permeability, D. Sources of carbohydrates. Again, the following show the function of lipids except A. Storage compound, B. Serves as reserve energy, C. Regulates membrane permeability, D. Sources of carbohydrates. And last, which of the following food rich in fats? A. Corn and rice, B. Vegetables and fruits, C. Butter and oil, D. Bread and garlic. Again, which of the following food rich in fats? A. Corn and rice, B. Vegetable and fruits, C. Butter and oil, D. Bread and garlic. Okay, we will check. Please exchange paper. Number 1. What is your answer? Fats? Lipids is commonly known as fats. Okay, correct. Number 2. What is? Lipids are insoluble in water because lipids molecules are A. Hydrophobic.
Hydrophobic.
Why?
Because hydro
Hydro
means
means water.
water and phobic from the word phobic, fear of fear.
Yes, very good. Very good. Number 2. Which of the following elements is not present in lipids?
Number 2 and number 3.
D. 3. Exact. A. Storage compound. B. Serve as energy. C. Regulates membrane permeability. D. Sources of carbohydrates. What is your answer? D. Okay, very good. And last, which of the following food rich in fats? Right? Rich in fats. A. Corn and rice. B. Vegetable and fruits. C. Butter and oil. D. Bread and garlic. What is your answer?
Butter and oil. Butter and butter.
Which of the following? Okay, very good.
We got 5.
Okay, very good. And the activities of the voice of energy. The best singer of the day. He or she. He is Miss B. We will get 5 stars. Come here. Thank you so much for your assignment. Please search about proteins and types of proteins. Okay? Yes. Goodbye, guys. Okay, bye-bye.
Hi, Dr. Putian. Maraming salamat po sa lahat ng knowledge
learning and experience na ibinigay nyo sa bawat isa, ma'am, upang kami ay matuto. Maraming salamat din po sa City University of Pasay at sa mga nagtatrabaho or faculty na kung saan kami ay nahubog at natuto. Babaunin namin po kung ano man ang mga ibinigay nyong mga karanasan, kung ano man yung ibinigay nyong mga kasiyahan na nandiyan pa po kami sa City University of Pasay. Maraming salamat po and God bless.